The moment your energy rises, the right things begin to find you. Not because you are chasing them, not because you are forcing life to move faster, not because everything around you suddenly becomes perfect in 1 second, but because something inside you becomes lighter, calmer, clearer, and more open. And when your inner world changes, the way life can reach you also begins to change. You may have spent many days looking outside and asking, where is my blessing? Where is my answer? Where is the love, the peace, the support, the money, the chance, the sign, the open door? But the deeper question is not only, where is it? The deeper question is, am I in the energy to receive it? Because life can place good things near you, but if your heart is closed by fear, if your mind is heavy with doubt, if your body is tight with worry, you may not even notice what is already trying to reach you. When my energy rises, I become available to the right things. This does not mean you must be happy every moment. It does not mean you must never feel sad, tired, worried, lonely, or unsure. Please do not turn this teaching into another reason to judge yourself. Your energy does not rise because you punish yourself for being human. Your energy rises when you meet yourself with more love. Your energy rises when you stop speaking to yourself like an enemy. Your energy rises when you stop feeding old fear with new attention. Your energy rises when you begin to believe even a little that life is not against you. It may be helping you in ways you cannot fully see yet. The right things are not running away from you. Sometimes they are waiting for you to come back into the part of yourself that can receive them with peace. Many people think the right things come only when they work harder, try harder, push harder, prove more, chase more, worry more, or control more. But very often, the right things come when you stop living in the energy that keeps pushing them away. Love cannot feel peaceful when you are chasing from fear. Abundance cannot feel safe when you keep repeating that there is never enough. Healing cannot feel gentle when you keep attacking the body. Peace cannot enter deeply when the mind is always preparing for disaster. A new beginning cannot feel possible when you keep telling yourself that your past is stronger than your future. So before the outer door opens, something inside often opens first. A small space, a softer breath, a new thought, a little trust, a moment where you do not react the same way. And that is where the energy begins to rise. When your energy rises, you stop sending the same old message to life. You stop saying, I am not ready, I am not worthy, I am afraid, I must fight, I must beg, I must hold tightly or everything will leave. Instead, something in you begins to say, I am safe enough to open. I am worthy enough to receive. I am calm enough to notice. I am loved enough to stop chasing what hurts me. I am ready to meet what is meant for me in a new way. This is not about pretending. This is about becoming aligned. Alignment means your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions begin to move in the same direction. You are not saying you want peace while feeding panic all day. You are not saying you want love while abandoning yourself. You are not saying you want abundance while speaking only lack over your life. You begin to become the energy of what you are asking for. The right things find the version of you that is no longer hiding under fear. The right things find the version of you that is no longer begging for what is not kind. The right things find the version of you that has stopped calling the old pattern home. The right things find the version of you that can say, I do not need to force what is meant to arrive with peace. This is why some doors did not open when you wanted them to. It was not always rejection. Sometimes it was protection. Sometimes it was timing. Sometimes life was waiting for your energy to rise so that when the right thing arrived, you would not lose yourself inside it. You would not cling to it. You would not fear it. You would not make it your whole worth. You would be able to receive it with a steadier heart. Think about a flower. A flower does not chase the sun across the sky. It opens. And because it opens, the sunlight can touch it. Your energy is like that opening. When you are closed by fear, life may still be shining, but very little can enter. When you soften, when you breathe, when you stop making every delay means something is wrong with you, the heart opens a little. And even that little opening can change what you notice. You may notice a kind message. You may notice an idea. You may notice a small chance. You may notice a calm feeling that was not there before. You may notice that you no longer want the thing you once chased. You may notice that peace itself is a sign that you are returning to your true path. The moment your energy rises, you do not become someone else. You become more truly yourself. You stop carrying the heavy voices that were never yours. You stop living as the fear that was taught to you. You stop letting one old wound choose your whole future. Your energy rises when your real self gets more room to breathe. The real you is not the panic. The real you is not the shame. The real you is not the voice that says, nothing good ever happens for me. The real you is the quiet light underneath all of that. The part of you that still believes love is possible. The part of you that still wants to heal. The part of you that still knows life can surprise you. The part of you that is tired of fighting and ready to receive in a softer way. And this is very important. The right things do not always arrive loudly. Sometimes they come quietly. A peaceful thought, a simple answer, a person who feels safe, a chance that does not look huge at first, a small change in your body, a new desire to take care of yourself, a sudden feeling that you do not need to chase anymore, a door closing that finally gives you back your peace, a delay that saves you from the wrong path, a moment where you choose yourself and feel something inside you become lighter. These are right things too. Do not miss them because they are not dramatic enough. Life often begins with small signs before it brings larger changes. When your energy is low, you may look for proof that nothing is working. When your energy rises, you begin to look for proof that life is still moving. When your energy is low, the mind scans for danger. When your energy rises, the mind begins to notice support. When your energy is low, you may think one closed door means the end. When your energy rises, you begin to feel that life has more than one way to bless you. When your energy is low, you may hold tightly to what is not meant for you. When your energy rises, you begin to release what feels heavy because your peace becomes more important than your fear of losing. This is why you must not judge your life only by what you see today. What you see today may be old energy finishing its last circle. It may be the result of thoughts you repeated for a long time. It may be the result of fear you carried for years. It may be the echo of choices made when you did not know your worth. But it is not the final truth of you. The final truth of you is not what happened. It is not who left. It is not what failed. It is not the delay. It is not the mistake. It is not the season that felt heavy. The final truth of you is the life inside you that can still rise, the love inside you that can still return, the light inside you that can still grow brighter even after a long night. So if your life has not changed yet, do not say, "Nothing is happening." Say, "My energy is learning a new way." If the right things have not arrived yet, do not say, "They will never come." Say, "I am becoming ready to receive what is right for me." If you feel tired today, do not say, "I have failed." Say, "I can rise gently. I do not need to force myself." This is the softer path. This is the kinder path. This is the path that does not turn healing into pressure. Your energy rises through love, not self-attack. Your energy rises through patience, not panic. Your energy rises through small returns, not one perfect day. The moment your energy rises, your whole relationship with life begins to change. You no longer ask from emptiness, you ask from trust. You no longer wait from fear, you wait with a softer heart. You no longer act from desperation, you act from alignment. You no longer look at every delay and call it a sign against you. You begin to wonder, what is life arranging that I cannot see yet? This one question can lift the heart. What if life is arranging something? What if the right things are not late? What if they are finding the version of you who is finally ready to receive without fear? What if the peace you are building today is the doorway for the blessing you have been asking for? Let your body hear this gently. You do not have to chase what is meant for your peace. You do not have to beg for what belongs to your healing. You do not have to become someone else to be worthy of good. You only have to stop living so deeply inside the old energy that the new good cannot reach you. You only have to return, little by little, to the truth that you are supported, guided, loved, and allowed to receive. You only have to rise one thought at a time, one breath at a time, one choice at a time. Your energy rises when you stop arguing with your worth. Your energy rises when you stop looking at the past as proof that the future must be the same. Your energy rises when you stop giving your heart to what keeps making you feel small. Your energy rises when you say, I am no longer available for the old fear to lead me. And when your energy rises, the right things can recognize you. Peace can find you. Love can find you. Support can find you. Better choices can find you. New ideas can find you. The right timing can find you. Not always in the way your mind planned, but often in a way your soul understands. So begin here, not with force, not with panic, not with a long list of what must change. Begin with the simple truth. When my energy rises, I become available to the right things. Let this be the first light in the mind. Let it move through the chest. Let it soften the shoulders. Let it loosen the hands. Let it tell the body that you are not here to fight life today. You are here to meet life differently. You are here to rise gently. You are here to become a match for peace. You are here to become a match for love that does not harm you. You are here to become a match for abundance that feels safe. You are here to beck. A match for support that arrives with ease. You are here to become a match for the right things, not by chasing, but by opening. When your energy stays low for too long, you may not notice how much of your life begins to repeat. The same thoughts return, the same fears return, the same reactions return, the same tired feelings return. You may wake up in the morning and already feel defeated before the day has even spoken to you. You may look at your life and say, why does this keep happening? But many times, what keeps happening outside is connected to what keeps being repeated inside. Not as blame, not as punishment, not because you are doing something wrong on purpose, but because energy becomes a pattern, and a pattern becomes a path, and a path begins to feel like the only road available. Low energy is not always loud. Sometimes it is not crying. Sometimes it is not anger. Sometimes it is a quiet heaviness that says, I do not expect good things anymore. Sometimes it is the feeling of waking up already braced. Sometimes it is saying yes when your heart means no. Sometimes it is checking, waiting, fearing, comparing, overthinking, or imagining the worst. Sometimes it is looking at one small problem and letting it become your whole identity. Sometimes it is speaking to yourself in a way you would never speak to someone you truly love. Low energy can feel normal when you have carried it for a long time. But normal does not always mean natural. Familiar does not always mean true. If you have lived in worry for a long time, peace may feel strange at first. If you have lived in self-doubt for a long time, confidence may feel uncomfortable at first. If you have lived in lack for a long time, receiving may feel unsafe at first. If you have lived in chasing for a long time, stillness may feel like losing control. This is why the old pattern can pull you back, even when it hurts. The body says, I know this place. The mind says, at least I understand this pain. But pain, you understand, is still pain. Fear that feels familiar is still fear. A heavy energy that you know well is still not the home your soul came here to live in. This is why you must become very gentle and very honest with yourself. Ask, what energy am I living from today? Not to judge yourself, not to make yourself feel bad. Ask because awareness is the beginning of freedom. Am I living from fear? Am I living from trust? Am I living from the old wound? Am I living from my worth? Am I living from panic? Am I living from peace? Am I living from the belief that life is against me? Or am I living from the possibility that life may be helping me grow? These questions matter because the energy you live from becomes the way you see everything. When your energy is low, a delay may look like rejection. When your energy rises, a delay may feel like timing. When your energy is low, silence may feel like abandonment. When your energy rises, silence may become space to return to yourself. When your energy is low, a closed door may feel like the end. When your energy rises, a closed door may feel like protection. The situation may be the same, but the meaning you give, it changes. And when the meaning changes, your body changes. Your choices change. Your next step changes. This is why rising energy is so powerful. It does not only change how you feel, it changes what you believe is possible. Low energy keeps you close to old patterns because it makes the old pattern look true. If you keep saying, nothing works for me, the mind will collect proof. It will remember every delay, every disappointment, every mistake, every moment when life felt heavy. It will bring those memories forward and say, see, this is who you are. This is how life is. But if you begin saying, something good can still find me, the mind slowly receives a new direction. At first, it may not believe you. That is all right. You are not trying to fight the mind. You are teaching it a new path. You are saying, we are no longer searching only for pain. We are learning to notice support too. The old energy may say, hold on tightly or you will lose everything. The new energy says, what is meant for my peace does not need to be held with fear. The old energy may say, keep proving yourself. The new energy says, my worth is not a performance. The old energy may say, if you stop worrying, everything will fall apart. The new energy says, I can be responsible without living in fear. The old energy may say, chase them or you will be alone. The new energy says, I do not abandon myself to be chosen. The old energy may say, you are behind. The new energy says, I am being prepared in my own timing. This is not a small shift. This is the beginning of a new life from within. Because once you stop believing the old energy, you stop obeying it so quickly. You may still hear the old thought, but you do not have to follow it. You may still feel fear, but you do not have to let fear choose your words. You may still feel the pull to chase, but you can pause and ask, does this honor me? You may still feel the urge to repeat the old story, but you can place your hand on your heart and say, I am learning a new way. That moment is powerful. That moment is where your energy begins to rise. Low energy often feeds on attention. Whatever you keep feeding with your attention becomes stronger in your inner world. If you wake up and give all your attention to fear, fear becomes the leader of the day. If you give all your attention to what is missing, lack becomes the atmosphere around your heart. If you keep replaying what hurt you, the past keeps taking energy from your present. If you keep watching what is not changing, your body begins to believe nothing can change. But when you gently take back your attention, the old pattern begins to lose power. You do not need to fight it all day. You do not need to hate it. You only need to stop feeding it as if it is your truth. This is why some people feel stuck even while they are asking for a new life. They are asking for love, but feeding the fear of being left. They are asking for abundance, but feeding the fear of never having enough. They are asking for peace, but feeding the habit of worry. They are asking for healing, but feeding harsh words toward the body. Again, this is not blame. This is awareness. The soul is not here to shame you. The soul is here to wake you gently. You can say, I see what I have been feeding, and I choose again. That sentence alone can lift something. It does not change everything in 1 second, but it opens a door. You may have noticed that old patterns often return when you are tired. When the body is tired, the old energy feels easier. When the heart is tired, the old story feels louder. When the mind is tired, fear may seem more believable. So please do not attack yourself when you slip into old energy. Rest, breathe, drink water. Step away from the noise. Speak kindly to your body. Say, I am safe in this moment. I do not have to solve my whole life right now. Low energy often needs care before it can rise. You do not rise by beating yourself into brightness. You rise by giving yourself the kind of love that lets your system feel safe again. And sometimes the low energy is not from today. Sometimes it is old pain still living inside the body. Old disappointment, old rejection, old fear, old words someone said. Old moments where you felt unseen, unchosen, unsupported, or not enough. And when something happens today that feels even a little like the past, the body may react as if the old pain is happening again. This is why you may feel more upset than the moment seems to require. The body is not being foolish, it is remembering. And when the body remembers, it needs tenderness, not judgment. You can say, "This is an old feeling. I am safe to meet it with love." That is how energy begins to rise from the wound instead of staying trapped inside it. The lower energy says, "This always happens." The rising energy says, "This is an old pattern and I can respond in a new way." The lower energy says, "I am not wanted." The rising energy says, "I belong to myself, and what is right for me will not require me to disappear." The lower energy says, "There is not enough." The rising energy says, "Life has more ways to support me than I can see today." The lower energy says, "I am too late." The rising energy says, "My path is still unfolding." These new words are not empty. They are new instructions. They teach the mind where to look. They teach the body how to soften. They teach the heart that a new response is possible. If you keep living in the old energy, the right things may feel too far away, even when they are close. You may not see the kind person because your heart is expecting harm. You may not see the opportunity because your mind is repeating failure. You may not feel peace because your body is addicted to urgency. You may not receive support because some part of you believes support is unsafe. So the work is not only to ask for the right things. The work is to become safe enough to receive them, calm enough to notice them, worthy enough to stop rejecting them, open enough to let them come in a form you did not plan. The right things are often gentle. They do not always shout over your fear. They do not always fight for your attention. They may come quietly, and you must be present enough to notice. A new idea may come as a small thought while you are resting. A sign may come as a sentence that touches your heart. A chance may come as one small step you feel drawn to take. A healing moment may come as the simple choice not to speak against yourself. But if your energy is always locked in panic, you may rush past the very things that were trying to help you. This is why calm is not weak. Calm is clear. Calm can see. Calm can hear. Calm can receive. Low energy also makes you choose from fear, and choices made from fear often create more fear. You may send the message you know does not honor you. You may say yes when your body is asking for rest. You may spend money to fill an empty feeling. You may avoid the step that would help you because you are afraid to begin. You may stay in an old pattern because the new one feels unknown. But when your energy rises, your choices change without so much force. You begin to ask, what choice feels peaceful? What choice feels honest? What choice gives me back to myself? What choice would the healed version of me make today? These questions lift your life because they lift the place from which you choose. So the stakes are simple but deep. If the energy does not rise, the old pattern keeps looking like destiny. If the energy does not rise, fear keeps giving advice. If the energy does not rise, you may keep choosing what matches your wound instead of what matches your worth. If the energy does not rise, you may keep asking why nothing changes while still carrying the inner state that keeps life the same. But when the energy rises, even a little, the whole direction begins to shift. You may not see the full result today, but you are no longer planting the same seed. You are no longer watering the same fear. You are no longer bowing to the same story. Let this be said with love. You are not wrong for having low energy. You are not bad for feeling fear. You are not failing because you have old patterns. You are human. You are healing. You are learning. But you do not have to build your future from the lowest place inside you. You do not have to let a tired moment become your whole truth. You do not have to let fear be the voice that writes the next chapter. You can pause. You can breathe. You can say, I do not shame my low energy. I lovingly rise from it. That is a beautiful sentence. It gives you compassion and power at the same time. When you lovingly rise, you do not deny what you feel. You hold it with care. You do not say, I should not feel this. You say, I am here with this feeling, and I can choose one softer thought. You do not say, I must be positive now. You say, I am willing to see this with more love. You do not say, everything must change today. You say, I can take one step that matches my peace. This is how energy rises in a real way. Not as a performance, not as a forced smile, not as a false promise, but as a steady return to the truth that you are not your fear, you are not your old wound, and you are not the energy you are ready to outgrow. The old pattern may still call your name. It may say, come back, worry again, chase again, doubt again, tell the old story again. But you can answer softly, not today, I am learning another way. You may need to answer many times. That is all right. Repetition built the old pattern. Repetition will build the new one. One peaceful thought, one loving choice, one moment of not reacting, one breath before speaking, one morning where you do not hand your mind to fear, one evening where you do not sleep inside worry. These small things begin to lift the energy. And as the energy rises, the right things begin to feel possible again. The right things are not only outer things. The right things are also inner things. The right thought finds you. The right feeling finds you. The right courage finds you. The right rest finds you. The right boundary finds you. The right peace finds you. The right understanding finds you. And from that inner place, outer life begins to move differently. You stop accepting what keeps lowering your spirit. You stop chasing what keeps confusing your heart. You stop speaking as if the past owns the future. You stop treating yourself like someone who must earn love by suffering. And once you stop agreeing with the old energy, the old pattern begins to loosen. This is the beautiful turning point. You do not need to rise all at once. You only need to become aware of what lowers you and stop calling it normal. You only need to become aware of what lifts you and begin choosing it more often. What lowers you may be certain thoughts, certain habits, certain conversations, certain memories you keep replaying, certain ways you speak to your body, certain ways you imagine the future. What lifts you may be quiet, prayer, kind words, a morning breath, a walk, gratitude, one small action, a loving boundary, a better question, or the simple choice to stop fighting yourself. Your energy is listening to what you repeat. Let it hear something kinder now. Energy is not something far away or hard to understand. Your energy is the inner atmosphere you live in. It is the feeling inside your thoughts. It is the tone of your self-talk. It is the way your body feels when you think about your life. It is the way you react when something does not happen fast enough. It is the way you speak about your future. It is the way you treat yourself when you are tired, afraid, or unsure. Energy is not only what you say you want. Energy is what you keep practicing inside. And because you live inside this inner atmosphere every day, it shapes what you notice, what you believe, what you choose, and what you allow. Think of a room. If the air in the room is heavy, you feel it. Even if no one says anything, the body knows. If the room is peaceful, you feel that too. Your inner world is like that room. You live in it all day. If the atmosphere inside you is filled with, I am not enough, nothing works, I am behind, life is hard, love always leaves, money never comes, my body is against me, then the soul feels tired. The body tightens, the mind becomes alert, the heart begins to close. But if the atmosphere inside you begins to carry softer thoughts like, I am learning, I am supported, something good is possible, I can take one step, I am safe to receive, then your whole system begins to breathe differently. This is why energy matters. It is not a magic word. It is the feeling you keep living from. If your inner atmosphere is fear, you may see everything through fear. If your inner atmosphere is shame, you may turn even small mistakes into proof that you are not good enough. If your inner atmosphere is lack, you may miss the support that is already present. If your inner atmosphere is trust, you may still have challenges, but you meet them with more space. If your inner atmosphere is love, you do not need life to be perfect before you treat yourself kindly. If your inner atmosphere is peace, you can take action without panic. Your energy speaks before your words do. It speaks through your choices. It speaks through your body. It speaks through what you accept. It speaks through what you keep returning to. You may say, I want a peaceful life. But if your energy is always rushing, bracing, fighting, and expecting danger, peace may not feel safe yet. You may say, I want love. But if your energy is filled with self-abandonment, you may keep reaching for love in places where you have to lose yourself. You may say, I want abundance, but if your energy is always tight with fear, you may not see the calm, wise steps that could help you receive more. So the question becomes gentle and honest. What is my energy saying to life? Again, this is not about blaming yourself. Blame lowers energy. Awareness lifts it. Blame says, this is my fault. Awareness says, now I can choose differently. Blame says, I have done everything wrong. Awareness says, I can begin again with more love. Blame says, I am the problem. Awareness says, there is a pattern here, and I am ready to meet it with truth. The goal is not to feel guilty about your energy. The goal is to become conscious of it. When you become conscious, you take your power back from the old automatic way, I of living. Energy is made of many simple things. The thought you repeat when you wake up. The first thing you give your attention to. The way you speak to your body in the mirror. The way you respond to a delay. The way you breathe when money is mentioned. The way you hold your shoulders when you think about the future. The way you feel when someone does not answer. The way you speak about yourself when you make a mistake. These little moments may seem small, but they build the atmosphere. A life does not change only through one big moment. It changes through the repeated inner messages you give yourself every day. If every morning begins with fear, the day may feel like something you must survive. If every morning begins with one softer thought, the day may begin to feel like something you can meet. If every night ends with worry, the body sleeps inside tension. If every night ends with a gentle sentence, the subconscious receives peace. If every challenge becomes, this proves nothing works, the old story grows. If every challenge becomes, this is here now, but it is not my final truth, your energy begins to rise. The words are simple, but the direction is different. And direction matters. Your energy is also shaped by what you believe you deserve. If you believe you must struggle to be worthy, you may not trust ease when it comes. If you believe love must be painful, you may not recognize calm love as real love. If you believe money is always hard, you may feel guilty when support comes easily. If you believe rest is lazy, your body may stay in stress even when it needs care. If you believe you are always behind, every season may feel like a race. These beliefs create an inner atmosphere. They tell the body what to expect. They tell the mind what to look for. but beliefs can change. The atmosphere can change. The energy can rise. One of the simplest ways to raise energy is to stop speaking against yourself. This may sound simple, but it is deep. Many people are praying for a better life while speaking to themselves in ways that make the inner world feel unsafe. They say, "I am so foolish. I never do anything right. My body is wrong. I am too late. I am not chosen. I always ruin things." These words are not small. The body hears them. The heart hears them. The inner child hears them. And when you speak like that every day, the energy becomes heavy. So begin by changing the voice. Not all at once, just one sentence at a time. Instead of "I always ruin things," say "I am learning." Instead of "nothing works for me," say "I am open to a new way." Instead of "I am not enough," say "I am worthy of kindness as I grow." Your energy rises when your inner voice becomes safer to live with. Imagine waking up inside a mind that does not attack you immediately. Imagine facing a problem without calling yourself a failure. Imagine looking at your body with care instead of criticism. Imagine thinking about your future with hope instead of dread. His is not a small thing. This is a new home inside yourself. And when the home inside you becomes kinder, you begin to choose things that match that kindness. You stop staying where your heart is always shrinking. You stop chasing what only gives confusion. You stop waiting for the outside world to prove your worth. You begin to carry worth from within. Energy is also the feeling behind your actions. Two people can take the same action, but the energy can be different. You can send a message from fear, or you can send it from peace. You can work from panic, or you can work from purpose. You can rest from guilt, or you can rest from love. You can set a boundary from anger, or you can set it from self-respect. The action may look similar outside, but inside it feels different, and your body knows the difference. Action from fear tightens. Action from love steadies. Action from desperation drains. Action from alignment strengthens. This is why rising energy is not about doing nothing. It is about doing what you do from a higher place inside you. When your energy rises, you become more honest with yourself. You begin to feel what is heavy and what is light. You begin to notice what gives peace and what steals it. You begin to recognize the difference between fear and wisdom. Fear rushes. Wisdom guides. Fear shouts. Wisdom speaks quietly. Fear says, "You must do this now, or you will lose everything." Wisdom says, "Take the next honest step." Fear makes the body tight. Wisdom may feel serious, but it does not destroy your peace. As your energy rises, your inner listening becomes clearer. You stop needing life to scream before you understand what your soul already knows. The right things find you more easily when your energy is clear, because you stop being so available for the wrong things. This is a very important part of the teaching. Rising energy does not only attract, it also releases. It releases the need to chase. It releases the need to prove. It releases the habit of saying yes when your heart says no. It releases the old belief that confusion is love. It releases the old story that struggle is the only way. It releases the need to keep explaining your worth to people, places, and patterns that do not honor it. And when these things fall away, space opens. The right things need space. Peace needs space. Love needs space. New guidance needs space. If your hands are full of what lowers you, how can life place something better there? If your mind is full of fear, how can a quiet answer be heard? If your heart is full of old pain, how can new kindness feel safe? This is why rising energy often begins with release. Not angry release, gentle release. I release the thought that I am not enough. I release the need to chase what does not choose peace with me. I release the old fear that says life is not helping me. I release the habit of speaking to myself with cruelty. Each release is like opening a window in the inner room. Fresh air begins to enter. Energy also rises through gratitude, but gratitude must be gentle. Do not use gratitude to deny your pain. Use gratitude to remind your body that pain is not the whole story. You may still have questions, and you can be grateful for this breath. You may still be healing, and you can be grateful for one moment of rest. You may still be waiting, and you can be grateful for the strength that has carried you this far. Gratitude does not say everything is perfect. Gratitude says there is still good here, and when the mind begins to notice good, the energy begins to lift. Not because you are pretending, but because you are no longer letting fear be the only voice in the room. Simple gratitude can change the atmosphere. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for this body that is still trying. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for the chance to begin again. Thank you for the small signs of support. Thank you for the doors I can see and the doors I cannot see yet. Thank you for the love that is already within me. Thank you for the peace that is slowly returning. These words are not meant to impress anyone. They are meant to guide your inner world towards softness. And softness is one of the places where receiving begins. Your energy rises when you stop fighting the present moment. Fighting the present moment does not mean you are changing it faster. Sometimes it only means you are adding fear to what is already here. You can acknowledge reality without becoming trapped by it. You can say, "This is what is here today, and something new can still form." You can say, "I see the challenge, and I do not give it my whole identity. You can say, I will take the next wise step, but I will not feed this with panic. That is a higher energy. It is practical and peaceful at the same time. It does not deny life. It meets life from a stronger inner place. Energy is the inner atmosphere where your future begins growing. A seed needs soil. Your desires also need inner soil. If the soil is full of fear, the desire struggles. If the soil is full of constant doubt, the desire is dug up again and again. If the soil is full of shame, the desire may not feel safe to grow. But when the soil becomes softer, when it is watered with trust, when it is warmed by love, when it is protected by patience, something begins to grow. You may not see it immediately, but invisible growth is still growth. The seed does not become a flower the moment it is planted. The heart does not become peaceful the moment it chooses a new thought. But the process has begun. So every day ask yourself, what atmosphere am I creating inside me? Am I creating a place where peace can live? Am I creating a place where love can feel safe? Am I creating a place where abundance can be received without guilt? Am I creating a place where the body feels supported? Am I creating a place where the right things can find me? This question is not pressure. It is guidance. It helps you remember that you are not powerless. You may not control every outer event, but you can begin to care for the inner atmosphere. And as the inner atmosphere changes, your outer choices begin to change too. You may begin by cleaning one thought, just one. You may begin by softening one harsh sentence. You may begin by blessing your body once in the morning. You may begin by not repeating the old story to yourself tonight. You may begin by saying, something good is allowed to find me. You may begin by breathing before reacting. You may begin by choosing one thing that makes your heart feel lighter. This is how energy rises in real life. Not in a perfect way, not in a dramatic way, in small, faithful returns. And as your energy rises, the world may not look different right away, but you will begin to feel different inside the world. That is the first sign. You will notice that the same fear does not hold you as tightly. The same delay does not break you as quickly. The same old thought does not feel as true. The same pattern does not feel like home. You may still have a long way to go, but something has shifted. You are no longer only reacting. You are choosing. You are no longer only carrying. You are releasing. You are no longer only waiting. You are becoming. This becoming is sacred. When the inner atmosphere rises, your life begins to receive a new instruction. It says, I am ready for peace. It says, I am ready for what is kind. It says, I am ready for support that feels safe. It says, I am ready to stop chasing what lowers me. It says, I am ready to meet the right things without fear, and life listens to the energy you keep practicing. Not one perfect thought, not one perfect morning, but the steady return to love, the steady return to trust, the steady return to worth, the steady return to a softer inner room. So let your energy become a place where the right things feel welcome. Let your mind become a place where hope is not pushed away. Let your heart become a place where love does not have to fight old fear forever. Let your body become a place where peace is allowed to settle. Let your words become kinder. Let your attention become wiser. Let your choices become calmer. Let your inner atmosphere become lighter, one breath at a time. Say gently, my energy is the home I live in. I choose to make it loving. Say, I do not have to stay in the old atmosphere. Say, I can rise slowly, safely, and kindly. Say, the right things are finding the version of me who is ready to receive. Let these words not be rushed. Let them move through you. Let them be simple. Let them be enough for this moment. Because this moment is where energy changes. This moment is where the old pattern loses a little power. This moment is where the right things begin to feel closer, not because you chased them, but because you came back to yourself. The right things cannot fully live in the old version of you, because the old version of you may still be living in fear, chasing from need, waiting from pain, and choosing from wounds that have not yet been loved. This does not mean the old version of you is bad. No, my dear, that old version helped you survive. That old version carried you through hard days. That old version kept going when the heart was tired. That old version learned how to protect itself, how to stay careful, how to expect disappointment before it arrived. But the same energy that helped you survive one season may not be able to receive the blessings of the next season. Sometimes the right things are not far away. Sometimes they are waiting for the part of you that no longer lives, as if love must hurt, peace must be earned, abundance must be chased, and support must be feared. The old version of you may want love, but still believe love is unsafe. It may want peace, but still keep checking for problems. It may want abundance, but still speak lack over every choice. It may want a new life, but still wake up and repeat the same old thought, the same old fear, the same old story. This is why the right things may feel delayed. Not because life is punishing you, not because the universe has forgotten you, not because you are not worthy, but because life is gently inviting your energy to rise to the level of what you are asking to receive. The right things need a place to land. Peace needs a calm place inside you. Love needs a safe place inside you. Abundance needs a worthy place inside you. Guidance needs a quiet place inside you. And if the old energy is still too loud, the right things may come close, but you may not be able to hold them with ease. The old version of you may chase what is not coming with peace. It may believe that if something does not arrive quickly, you must push harder. It may believe that if someone does not choose you, you must prove more. It may believe that if money feels tight, you must panic. It may believe that if the body is tired, you must criticize it into action. It may believe that if the future is unclear, you must worry until you feel prepared. But worry is not preparation, my dear. Chasing is not alignment. Fear is not guidance. Panic is not wisdom. The old version may call these things normal because they are familiar, but your soul knows there is another way. The right things find you when you stop asking from fear and start opening from trust. They find you when you stop saying, "I need this to happen," or "I cannot be okay," and begin saying, "I am safe within myself, and I allow what is right to meet me in the right way." This is a very different energy. It does not beg. It does not collapse. It does not try to force the universe into one tiny plan. It opens, it listens, it allows. It says, "I am willing to receive, but I will not lose myself while waiting." That is the rising version of you. That is the version of you the right things can find. The old version of you may have believed that good things only come through struggle. It may have learned that love must be earned by giving too much. It may have learned that rest is lazy. It may have learned that money is always hard. It may have learned that safety depends on controlling everything. It may have learned that if you do not worry, you do not care. But these are learned beliefs. They are not the truth of life. They are not the law of your soul. They are only old instructions that were repeated so many times that the body began to believe them. And now, with love, those old instructions can be changed. Say gently, "I do not need to suffer to receive good." Let that sentence come near your heart. "I do not need to chase to be chosen." Let that one soften the body. "I do not need to worry to be safe." Let that one move through the mind. "I do not need to stay in old energy to protect myself." Let that one open the door. These simple sentences may feel new. They may feel strange at first. That is all right. The old version of you may not believe them immediately, but the rising version of you is listening. The rising version of you is beginning to understand that peace is not dangerous. Ease is not wrong. Love does not have to be painful. Abundance does not have to feel heavy. Support does not have to be earned by exhaustion. The right things cannot find the old version of you because the old version may keep choosing what matches the wound. If the wound says, "I am not enough," the old version may choose people, places, and patterns that make it feel not enough again. If the wound says, "I must prove myself," the old version may keep working, giving, explaining, and pleasing until the body is tired. If the wound says, "Good things leave," the old version may hold tightly, even when holding tightly makes peace impossible. If the wound says, "Nothing works for me," the old version may stop noticing the small doors that are already opening. But when your energy rises, you stop choosing from the wound. You begin choosing from worth. Choosing from worth feels different. It does not always feel easy at first, but it feels cleaner. It feels more honest. It feels like coming back to yourself. When you choose from worth, you may stop chasing the thing that keeps confusing you. You may stop saying yes when your body is tired. You may stop repeating the story that makes you feel small. You may stop checking for signs of rejection and begin checking for signs of peace. You may stop asking, "How do I make this person, this chance, this result choose me?" and begin asking, "Does this feel aligned with the life I am becoming available for?" That question has power. It lifts you out of the old energy. The old version of you may be loyal to pain because pain has been known for a long time. But the rising version of you is becoming loyal to peace. The old version may say, "This is what always happens." The rising version says, "This is what used to happen, and I am allowed to choose a new response." The old version may say, "I must hold on because there may never be better." The rising version says, "I trust that what is meant for my peace will not require me to abandon myself." The old version may say, "I am behind." The rising version says, "I am growing in my own timing." These new words are not small. They are the bridge between who you were and who you are becoming. You do not become the rising version of you in one perfect moment. You become it through small choices. One morning where you do not begin with fear. One moment where you do not answer from panic. One breath where you stop and ask, "What would peace choose here?" One time where you do not explain your worth. One time where you bless your body instead of attacking it. One time where you let silence be silence instead of turning it into a story of rejection. One time where you say, "I do not know how yet, but I trust life is still moving." These small choices begin to change the energy around your life. And as your energy changes, what belongs to the old version of you begins to feel different. It may no longer fit. The old conversation may feel heavy. The old habit may feel tiring. The old fear may feel familiar, but not as true. The old relationship pattern may no longer feel like love. The old way of speaking to yourself may begin to sound too harsh for the person you are becoming. This is a sign of growth. Do not be afraid when old things stop feeling like home. Sometimes, the rising energy first shows itself as discomfort with what once felt normal. That discomfort is not always a problem. Sometimes it is your soul saying, "We are no longer meant to live here." The right things find the version of you who is no longer fully loyal to the old pain. They find the version of you who is willing to be softer with yourself. They find the version of you who can receive without feeling guilty. They find the version of you who can love without begging. They find the version of you who can work without panic. They find the version of you who can wait without losing faith. They find the version of you who can take action without attacking yourself. This version is not perfect. It is simply more open, more honest, more peaceful, more aligned. Sometimes the right thing cannot come because you are still holding the wrong thing too tightly. This can be a thought, a fear, a habit, a belief, or an old identity. You may be holding the belief that nothing can change. You may be holding the belief that you must be chosen by one person, one path, one plan, or life has failed you. You may be holding the belief that if it has not happened yet, it never will. You may be holding the belief that your past is stronger than your future. These beliefs take up space. They fill the hands of the heart. And life, in its kindness, may be whispering, "Let go a little. I have something softer for you." But you must open your hands. Opening your hand. S does not mean giving up on your good. It means giving up the fear that says good can only come one way. It means releasing the tight grip around timing, form, and control. It means saying, "I welcome what is right for me, even if it arrives differently than I expected." This is a higher energy. It trusts that the universe has more paths than the mind can see. It trusts that love can come in gentle ways. It trusts that money can come through new doors. It trusts that healing can begin in small, quiet steps. It trusts that support can arrive through ideas, people, timing, and inner strength. It trusts that what is right will not require you to live in constant fear. The rising version of you does not chase. It prepares. It does not force. It aligns. It does not panic. It listens. It does not beg life for proof every hour. It becomes the kind of inner place where blessings can rest. This is why energy matters so much. If the blessing comes to the old fear may turn it into stress. If love comes to the old wound may question it until it becomes heavy. If abundance comes to the old lack may fear losing it before it is even enjoyed. If opportunity comes to the old self-doubt may hide from it. But when your energy rises, you can receive without destroying your peace. You can allow good without expecting it to leave. You can hold blessings with open hands. Say, "I am becoming someone who can receive good with peace." This is a beautiful statement. It does not say you must have everything today. It says you are becoming. Becoming is gentle. Becoming leaves room for learning. Becoming does not shame the past. It simply says, I am moving. You are becoming someone who can receive love without fear. You are becoming someone who can receive money without guilt. You are becoming someone who can receive rest without shame. You are becoming someone who can receive guidance without needing to control every step. You are becoming someone who can receive the right things because your energy is no longer fighting them. The right things find you when you stop living as the old version of yourself. This does not mean you reject the old version. You bless it. You thank it. You say, you helped me survive, but now I am ready to live. You say, you protected me with fear, but now I am learning to be protected by trust. You say, you taught me to hold on, but now I am learning to open. You say, you kept me careful, but now I am learning to receive. This is how healing happens, not by hating the old self, but by leading it into a safer light. And if the old version returns, because sometimes it will, do not make it a tragedy. Do not say, I have failed. Say, an old energy has appeared, and I can meet it with love. The old version may return when you are tired, when you feel uncertain, when something reminds you of the past, when a delay happens, when ends feels loud, when money feels tight, when the body feels tense. This does not mean you have gone backward. It means a part of you is asking to be held differently. Place a hand over your heart and say, I see you. I am not leaving you, but we are choosing a new way now. That is how the rising version becomes stronger. The right things are not trying to find a perfect version of you. They are trying to find the version of you who is open, the version who is willing, the version who is no longer making fear the leader, the version who can say, I am ready to receive what is kind, what is aligned, what is peaceful, what is true. The right things do not need you to be flawless. They need room. They need your attention not to be fully trapped in the old story. They need your heart not to be closed by the belief that nothing good can stay. They need your body not to be living every day as if support is dangerous. And slowly, with love, you can create that room. Every time you choose peace over panic, you create room. Every time you choose worth over chasing, you create room. Every time you choose a kind thought over self-attack, you create room. Every time you choose trust over control, you create room. Every time you choose one small step instead of one more hour of fear, you create room. And in that room, the right things can begin to enter. The right ideas, the right people, the right timing, the right signs, the right strength, the right calm, the right path. So do not spend this season asking, why has it not found me yet? Ask, What part of me is becoming ready now? Ask. Where am I still living from the old energy? Ask. What would I choose today if I truly believed something right was on its way? That question can change the whole day. If you believed something right was finding you, you might stop begging the wrong thing to stay. You might speak more kindly to your body. You might prepare your space. You might take one wise step. You might rest without guilt. You might stop telling the old story. You might smile at life a little more. You might let your heart open, not because everything is here yet, but because you trust that life is moving. Let this be the gentle truth. The right things find the energy that is ready for them. The right things find the heart that is no longer closed by fear. The right things find the mind that is willing to think in a new way. The right things find the body that is safe enough to soften. The right things find the soul that has stopped chasing what lowers it. And today, you can become a little more available, not completely, not perfectly, just a little. One loving thought, one calm breath, one brave release, one honest choice. One moment where you stop living as the old wound and begin living as the new light. Say it slowly. The right things find me when I stop living as the old me. Again. The right things find me when I stop living as the old me. Let the words settle. The old you was not wrong. The old you was tired. The old you was protecting. The old you was doing its best. But now the rising you is here. The softer you. The wiser you, the calmer you, the version of you that is ready to receive without fear. And as this version grows stronger, life begins to recognize your new energy. The right things begin to feel closer. The right doors begin to open in the right way. The right peace begins to return to your own heart first. Rising energy begins with your thoughts, because a thought is often the first little door the mind opens in the morning. Before the day has fully begun, before anything has changed outside, before the answer has arrived, the thought appears. Sometimes it is soft. Sometimes it is heavy. Sometimes it says, today can be different. Sometimes it says, nothing ever changes. And the body listens. The heart listens. The nervous system listens. A thought may seem small, but when it is repeated again and again, it becomes a path. The mind walks that path. The body learns that path. The energy begins to live inside that path. So if you want your energy to rise, begin by listening to the thoughts you keep allowing to lead you. This does not mean you must control every thought. No, my dear, that would only create more tension. Thoughts will come and go. Some will be kind. Some will be afraid. Some will be old. Some will be strange. Some will be memories. Some will be worries. You do not need to fight every thought like it is an enemy. You only need to stop treating every thought like truth. A fearful thought may come, but it does not have to become your guide. A doubtful thought may come, but it does not have to become your future. A painful thought may come, but it does not have to become the atmosphere of your whole day. You can notice the thought and choose again. The old thought may say, "Nothing is working." The new thought can say, "Something good is forming, even if I cannot see it all yet." The old thought may say, "I am behind." The new thought can say, "I am moving in my own timing." The old thought may say, "I always lose what I love." The new thought can say, "I am safe to receive love that stays in peaceful ways." The old thought may say, "Money is always hard." The new thought can say, "I am learning a calmer and wiser way to receive and care for money." The old thought may say, "My body is against me." The new thought can say, "My body is speaking, and I am learning to listen with love." These new thoughts may be simple, but they lift the energy because they open another possibility. A thought is like a seed. You do not throw one seed into the ground and then shout at it to become a tree in one day. You water it. You return to it. You give it light. You protect it from being dug up every hour. In the same way, one kind thought may not change your whole life instantly, but repeated with love, it begins to change the soil of the mind. I am safe to receive good. Life can support me in new ways. I do not need to chase what is meant for me. Something beautiful is finding me now. I can rise gently today. These are seeds, and your attention is the water. The more you return to them, the more natural they begin to feel. Many people do not realize they are watering old thoughts all day. They repeat the problem. They repeat the fear. They repeat the old sentence. They wake up and say, "I am so tired of this." They go through the day saying, "Why does this always happen?" They go to sleep thinking, "What if nothing changes?" And then the mind keeps searching inside the same fear. This is not because they want pain. It is because the mind has learned a habit. It goes where it has gone before. But a habit can change. A thought can be interrupted. A new sentence can be planted. One moment of awareness can begin a different path. The moment you notice a heavy thought, you have already created space. You are no longer fully inside it. You can say, "This is a low energy thought. I do not need to obey it." That is powerful. You are not pushing it away with anger. You are simply not giving it the crown. You are not letting it sit on the throne of your mind and rule the whole day. You are saying, "I see you, old fear. I know you are trying to protect me, but I am choosing a softer thought now." This is how you become the loving leader of your inner world. There is a difference between a thought that drains you and a thought that guides you. A draining thought leaves you smaller, tighter, and more afraid. A guiding thought may be honest, but it does not destroy your peace. A draining thought says, you are trapped. A guiding thought says, take one small step. A draining thought says, you are not enough. A guiding thought says, you are learning. A draining thought says, nothing good is coming. A guiding thought says, stay open. A draining thought says, you must control everything. A guiding thought says, do your part with love and let life do its part too. When you learn the feeling of each thought, you begin to choose more wisely. Rising energy does not begin with lying to yourself. It begins with speaking to yourself in a way that makes healing possible. If you are sad, you do not need to say, I am perfectly happy. The body may not believe that. Instead, say, I am sad, and I can be gentle with myself. If you are afraid, you do not need to say, I have no fear. Say, fear is here, and I am still safe in this breath. If money feels tight, you do not need to say, I have everything solved. Say, I can take one wise step today. If love feels far away, you do not need to say, I feel completely loved every second. Say, I am learning to become a safe home for love. These thoughts are honest and lifting. They do not deny pain. They bring love into pain. Simple thoughts often work best because the body can receive them. The mind does not always need long words. The heart does not always need a big lesson. Sometimes it needs one gentle sentence. I am safe right now. I can begin again. Life is still with me. I choose peace in this moment. I do not need to rush. I am allowed to receive. Something good is possible. I rise gently. Let the sentence be simple enough to remember when fear comes. Let it be soft enough that the body does not fight it. Let it be true enough that some part of you can open to it. The first thought of the morning is especially important. The morning is a soft doorway. The mind has not yet gathered all the noise of the day. The body is listening. The inner world is open. If the first thought is fear, the day may begin with tension. If the first thought is love, the day begins with more space. This does not mean the whole day will be perfect. It means you have chosen the tone. Before the phone, before the messages, before the worries, give yourself one thought that lifts you. Today, I rise into peace. Today, the right things can find me. Today, I do not chase. I receive with calm. Today, my energy becomes lighter. Let this thought be the first light in the room of the mind. You may think, but what if I do not believe it? That is all right. You do not have to believe it fully at first. You only have to stop repeating the opposite with devotion. If you cannot say, everything is working out, say, I am open to things working out in ways I cannot see yet. If you cannot say, I am deeply peaceful, say, I am willing to feel one moment of peace today. If you cannot say, I am abundant, say, I am learning to welcome support. If you cannot say, I love myself, say, I am willing to be kinder to myself. Willingness is a beautiful beginning. It opens the door without forcing the heart. The thought you repeat becomes the instruction your mind follows. If you ask, why does nothing good happen? The mind may search for proof of disappointment. If you ask, where is life supporting me today? The mind begins to look for support. If you ask, why am I always rejected? The mind begins to bring old pain to the front. If you ask, how am I learning to receive love that feels safe? The mind begins to search in a different direction. Questions are thoughts too. And the right question can lift your energy very quickly because it gives the mind a new path to walk. Try asking softer questions. What is one thing that can feel lighter today? What thought would bring me peace right now? What would I choose if I trusted myself? Where is life quietly helping me? What can I stop feeding with fear? What is one kind thing I can say to my body? What is one step that matches the energy I want to live in? These questions do not pressure you. They guide you. They are like small lamps in the mind. They help you see the next step without needing to see the whole road. The old thoughts, Small, I not disappear immediately. That is normal. Repetition built them. Repetition will soften them. If you have spent many years saying, I am not enough, one morning of saying, I am worthy, may feel strange. But do not give up because it feels strange. Strange does not mean false. It may only mean new. Peace may feel strange when worry has been familiar. Receiving may feel strange when struggle has been familiar. Kindness may feel strange when criticism has been familiar. Let new thoughts feel new. You are teaching the body a different language. Every time the old thought returns, you have a chance to practice. Not to fight, not to panic. Practice. The old thought says, this will never change. You say, change can begin inside me now. The old thought says, I am not ready. You say, I can take one gentle step. The old thought says, I must chase. You say, what is meant for my peace can meet me without fear. The old thought says, I am alone. You say, life is with me in this breath. This is the work. Quiet, simple, repeated. And over time, the new thought becomes easier to reach. Your thoughts also affect what your body feels safe enough to receive. If your thoughts keep telling the body there is danger everywhere, the body stays tight. If your thoughts keep telling the heart nothing good can last, the heart stays guarded. If your thoughts keep telling the mind you are always behind, the mind keeps rushing. So a rising thought must also be a calming thought. It must tell the body, you can soften. It must tell the heart, you can open slowly. It must tell the mind, you do not need to solve everything at once. A thought that creates safety is a thought that raises energy. This is why harsh positive thinking does not help. If you shout at yourself, be positive, stop feeling bad, think better, the energy may become even heavier, because now you are afraid and ashamed of being afraid. That is not healing. Healing sounds softer. I see that I am afraid. I choose one kinder thought. I see that I am worried. I return to this breath. I see that I am tired. I will not attack myself. These thoughts are simple, but they bring the nervous system back towards safety. And when the body feels safer, the energy can rise. The right thought at the right moment can stop an old pattern from becoming your whole day. Imagine you wake up and the mind says, nothing is different. The old path would be to follow that thought into sadness, checking, complaining, or giving up. But the rising path says, something can be different in me today. That thought does not deny the outside. It changes the inside. And once the inside changes, your next choice changes. You may get up more gently. You may drink water. You may say one prayer. You may take one step. You may stop checking the old thing. You may choose a better response. One thought changes the next action. One action changes the energy. The energy changes the direction of the day. A thought can lower the body in 1 second, and a thought can lift the body in 1 second. Think of how the body feels when you say, I am trapped. The chest tightens. The breath becomes smaller. The mind closes. Now think of saying, there may be another way. Even if you do not know the way yet, something softens. The body gets a little room. The heart feels a little less alone. The mind becomes a little more curious. This is the power of a rising thought. It does not have to solve everything. It simply has to open the next door. You can create a few rising thoughts and keep them close. Something good is forming for me now. My energy is rising gently. I am safe to receive what is right. I release the old fear and choose peace. The right things are finding me in the right time. I do not chase. I align. I am becoming a match for love, peace, and support. Repeat them not like a machine, but like warm light. Slowly, softly. Let each sentence breathe. Let the body hear it. Let the heart test it. Let the mind become familiar with it. If one thought feels too big, make it smaller. If the right things are finding me now feels hard, say, I am open to the right things finding me. If I am peaceful feels hard, say, I am willing to welcome one peaceful moment. If I trust life feels hard, say, I am learning to trust life one step at a time. Make the thought gentle enough to enter. The goal is not to impress yourself with strong words. The goal is to build a bridge the heart can actually cross. Rising energy begins with thoughts, but it does not end there. A thought must be repeated, felt, and lived. If you say, "I am worthy," then let one choice match that worth. If you say, "I am peaceful," then pause before reacting. If you say, "I receive good," then stop pushing away the small kindness that comes. If you say, "I trust timing," then let one delay pass without calling it failure. This is how thought becomes energy. It moves from the mind into the body, from the body into the choice, from the choice into the life. Today, choose one thought that rises above the old story. Only one. Do not make it complicated. Let it be simple. Let it be kind. Let it be easy to remember. Something good is forming for me now. Carry it through the day. When fear appears, return to it. When the old story speaks, return to it. When you feel heavy, return to it. This is not pretending. This is training the mind to stop living only in fear. You are giving your energy a new direction. You are telling life, "I am ready to rise." Your body must feel safe to receive good, because receiving is not only a thought in the mind, it is a feeling in the body. You may say, "I am ready for love." But if the body believes love is unsafe, it may tighten when love comes close. You may say, "I am ready for abundance." But if the body believes money brings stress, guilt, or fear, may not feel calm enough to hold more. You may say, "I am ready for peace." But if the body has lived in urgency for many years, stillness may feel uncomfortable at first. This is why rising energy is not only about thinking better thoughts. It is also about helping the body feel safe enough to open. The body carries what the mind tries to forget. It carries old stress, old fear, old waiting, old rejection, old pressure, old words, old seasons where you had to be strong when you wanted to rest. So if your body feels tight, tired, guarded, or tense, do not attack it. It is not working against you. It may be trying to protect you. It may be saying, "I have not felt safe yet." It may be saying, "Please slow down." It may be saying, "Please stop speaking to me with fear." It may be saying, "Please let me breathe." When you listen to the body with love, your energy begins to rise in a deeper way. Many people try to receive good while their body is still in survival. They try to manifest while the jaw is tight, the shoulders are high, the stomach is closed, and the breath is small. They say the right words, but inside they are bracing for something to go wrong. This is not failure. It is simply a sign that the body needs care. A nervous system that has been used to fear needs gentle proof of safety, not once, but again and again. It needs to hear, "You are safe in this moment." It needs to feel the breath slow down. It needs to feel the shoulders drop. It needs to feel the hands open. It needs to feel that you are no longer going to push it through life without kindness. Your body is part of your energy. If the body is always tight, your energy may feel tight. If the body is always rushed, your energy may feel rushed. If the body is always tired, your energy may feel low. So one of the most loving ways to raise your energy is to stop treating the body like a machine. The body is not only here to carry your tasks, it is here to carry your life. It needs rest. It needs water. It needs breath. It needs food that feels caring. It needs movement that feels kind. It needs touch. It needs quiet. It needs words that do not frighten it. The body rises when it feels loved, not when it feels punished. Say to the body, I am safe to soften. Let that be simple. Let the breath come in and leave. Let the shoulders drop a little. Say, my good is safe to come closer. Notice how the body responds. Maybe it softens. Maybe it resists. Maybe it feels nothing. All of that is okay. You are not forcing the body. You are beginning a new relationship with it. The body may need time to trust your kindness if it has heard fear for many years. Be patient. A frightened child does not calm down because you shout, calm down. A frightened child calms down when the voice becomes warm, steady, and safe. Your body is the same. Receiving good can feel unsafe when you have learned to expect loss. If something good comes, the old body may think, when will it leave? If support arrives, the old body may think, what will this cost me? If life becomes peaceful, the old body may wait for the next problem. This is not because you are ungrateful. It is because the body has practiced protection. So do not shame yourself if peace feels unfamiliar. Do not shame yourself if good things make you nervous. Instead, speak gently. It is safe for good to stay. It is safe for peace to grow slowly. It is safe for love to meet me gently. It is safe for support to come without struggle. These words begin to teach the body a new truth. The body must feel safe because the right things often require openness. Love requires openness. Peace requires openness. Abundance requires openness. Guidance requires openness. But a body in fear closes. It protects. It pulls back. It says, no, this is not safe. So the practice is not to force yourself open. The practice is to create safety, so opening becomes natural. A flower does not open because someone pulls its petals apart. It opens because the light, warmth, and timing are right. Your heart is like that. Your body is like that. It opens when it feels safe enough. So give yourself light. Give yourself warmth. Give yourself time. One way to create safety is to return to the present moment. Fear often lives in the past or the future. It remembers what happened. It imagines what could go wrong. It pulls the body out of this breath and into another time. but the present moment can become a safe place to return to. Look around gently. Feel your feet. Relax your jaw. Let your hands open. Take one slow breath. Say, in this moment, I am here. That may sound simple, but it tells the body that you are not lost in the old story. You are here now. And here is where new energy begins. Your body does not need the whole future solved before it can soften a little. It only needs a signal of safety now. One breath can be a signal. One kind sentence can be a signal. One moment away from the phone can be a signal. One glass of water can be a signal. One slow step can be a signal. One hand on the heart can be a signal. These small things say to the body, I am with you. I am listening. You do not have to carry everything alone. And when the body begins to believe you, the energy begins to rise from the inside. There is a deep connection between the body and receiving. If your body is in constant tension, it may not trust ease. If your body is always braced, it may not trust support. If your body is always rushed, it may not trust divine timing. So before asking life for more, sometimes the loving step is to help the body feel safe with what is already here. Safe to breathe, safe to rest, safe to pause, safe to be human, safe to receive one small good thing without pushing it away. This does not mean you stop wanting more. It means you create an inner place where more can arrive without overwhelming you. Say, I allow good to come at a pace my body can receive. That is a gentle prayer, not too fast, not too harsh, not in a way that frightens the nervous system. Let good come in ways that feel peaceful. Let love come in ways that feel safe. Let abundance come in ways that feel steady. Let guidance come in ways that feel clear. Let change come in ways your body can grow into. You do not need to rush your healing. You do not need to force the universe. You do not need to make your body accept everything at once. You can rise gently and still rise powerfully. Your body also needs you to stop using fear as fuel. Many people push themselves through life with fear. Fear of being behind, fear of being judged, fear of losing, fear of not being enough, fear of missing the chance, fear of being forgotten. Fear can create movement for a while, but it also drains the body. It keeps the system in stress. It makes success feel like survival. It makes even good things feel heavy. Rising energy asks for a new fuel. Love, trust, care, purpose, peace. These may feel slower at first, but they are more lasting. They do not burn the body down. They help the body become a home. If you want the right things to find you, let your body become a safe place for them. Let your body know that love will not require self-abandonment. Let your body know that money will not require panic. Let your body know that peace will not make you lazy. Let your body know that rest will not make you unworthy. Let your body know that receiving does not mean losing control. Let your body know that life can bless you without harming you. These are simple messages, but they reach deep places. You can speak to the body in the morning. Before the day becomes loud, say, "Dear body, I am with you today. I will not attack you. I will listen. I will move gently. I will rest when I can. I will speak to you with love." This may feel strange if you have spent years criticizing the body. But strange does not mean wrong. It may mean new. The body may need to hear this many times before it believes you. Keep returning. The body learns through repetition, warmth, and safety. You can also speak to the body when fear appears. When the chest tightens, say, "I am safe in this breath." When the stomach closes, say, "I do not have to solve everything right now." When the shoulders lift, say, "I can set this down for a moment." When the jaw tightens, say, "I am allowed to soften." When the heart feels heavy, say, "I am here with you." These words are not magic in a strange way. They are care, and care changes the body. Care changes the energy. Care tells the inner world, we are no longer living by attack. A body that feels safe can hear guidance more clearly. When the body is in panic, every thought may sound urgent. Every fear may sound true. Every delay may feel dangerous. But when the body softens, even a little, wisdom becomes easier to hear. The next step becomes clearer. The heart can tell the difference between what is peaceful and what is only familiar. The mind can see more than one option. The soul can whisper without being drowned by fear. This is why calm is so important. Calm is not doing nothing. Calm is the space where right action can appear. The right things find you more easily when you are not closed by fear. Imagine trying to receive a gift with closed fists. The gift may be there, but the hands cannot hold it. Fear closes the hands of the heart. Safety opens them. So the practice is not to shame the closed hands. The practice is to warm them, to breathe, to say, it is safe to open a little, not all the way, not before you are ready, just a little. A little opening is enough for life to begin entering in a new way. Your body must also feel safe to let go of what is not right. Sometimes low energy stays because the body is holding old stress, old stories, and old attachments. It may feel unsafe to release them because they have been part of you for so long. Even pain can feel like identity when it has been carried for years. So speak gently. I can release what is heavy without losing myself. I can let go of old fear and still be safe. I can stop carrying pain as proof that it mattered. I can make room for peace. These sentences help the body understand that release is not danger. Release is freedom. The body does not rise through pressure. It rises through safety. The mind may want fast change. The heart may want the blessing now. The spirit may be ready to move, but the body needs kindness. It needs to be included in the journey. Do not leave the body behind while trying to rise spiritually. Spiritual rising that ignores the body becomes unsteady. True rising includes the body. It says, we rise together, mind, heart, body, and soul. We rise gently. We rise safely. We rise with love. Let this be your practice today. When you notice the body tightening, do not call it weakness. Call it a message. Pause and ask, what does my body need to feel safe right now? Maybe it needs a breath. Maybe it needs rest. Maybe it needs water. Maybe it needs a kinder thought. Maybe it needs a boundary. Maybe it needs movement. Maybe it needs silence. Maybe it needs help. Listen without shame. Listening itself is healing. Listening tells the body it is no longer alone, and as the body begins to feel safer, receiving becomes easier. You may receive a compliment without pushing it away. You may receive help without feeling guilty. You may receive rest without calling yourself lazy. You may receive love without expecting it to hurt. You may receive money without panic. You may receive peace without searching for the next problem. These are signs that your energy is rising. Not because everything outside is perfect, but because inside you are no longer fighting good when it comes. Say, my body is safe to soften. My good is safe to come closer. Again, my body is safe to soften. My good is safe to come closer. Let it be slow. Let it be warm. Let it move through the chest, the belly, the shoulders, the hands, the face. Let the body know that the right things do not need to arrive through fear. They can arrive through peace. They can arrive through timing. They can arrive through open hands. They can arrive through the version of you who is learning to feel safe with good. The right things find the body that no longer braces against them. The right things find the heart that is learning to open. The right things find the mind that is learning to trust. The right things find the energy that is not always preparing for loss. So today, do not only think higher, breathe softer, stand kinder, rest deeper, speak to the body with love. Let the nervous system know that it does not have to fight the whole day. Let the heart know that receiving can be gentle. Let the body know that good is not a danger. It is safe to rise. It is safe to receive. It is safe to let life meet you in kinder ways. If you want your energy to rise, you must stop feeding what you no longer want. This is one of the most simple teachings, but it can change everything when you truly understand it. Whatever you give your attention to again and again becomes stronger inside your mind. Whatever you speak about with fear becomes louder in your body. Whatever you keep replaying becomes more real in your energy. This does not mean you deny life. It does not mean you ignore what needs care. It does not mean you close your eyes and pretend nothing is happening. It means you stop giving your life force to the old story as if it is the final truth of you. Attention is like water. Whatever you water grows in the garden of your mind. If you water fear every morning, fear becomes stronger. If you water lack, lack becomes the main thing you see. If you water old pain, the past keeps living in the present. If you water rejection, your heart keeps expecting to be left. If you water worry, the body keeps preparing for danger. But if you begin to water peace, peace slowly grows. If you water trust, trust becomes easier to find. If you water gratitude, the mind begins to notice good. If you water self-love, the heart begins to feel less empty. If you water possibility, life begins to feel open again. Many people say they want a new life, but all day they water the old one. They speak about what hurt them. They think about what did not happen. They keep checking what makes them feel small. They keep repeating the same fear. They keep asking why nothing changes, while giving most of their energy to the thing they say they want to leave behind. This is not because they are weak. It is because the old pattern knows how to keep attention. Fear is very loud. Pain is very loud. Lack is very loud. But loud does not mean true. Loud only means practiced. You can handle reality without feeding it with fear. You can pay the bill without saying, there is never enough. You can care for the body without saying, my body is against me. You can notice a delay without saying, nothing good ever comes. You can feel lonely without saying, I will always be alone. You can face a problem without making it your whole identity. This is a higher way to live. It is practical and spiritual at the same time. It says, I see what is here, but I do not give it the power to decide who I am becoming. The old energy wants your attention. It wants your mourning. It wants your imagination. It wants your words. It wants your body to tighten. It wants your mind to keep watching for proof. But you can gently take your attention back. You can say, I will not keep feeding this with my fear. You can say, this is here now, but something new is forming. You can say, I can take care of this without becoming this. That sentence is powerful. I can take care of this without becoming this. It means the problem does not get to become your name. It does not get to become your future. It does not get to become the whole atmosphere of your life. When you stop feeding what you no longer want, you may first feel uncomfortable. This is because the mind is used to the old focus. It may say, but we need to worry. We need to think about this all day. We need to check again. We need to replay the conversation. We need to make sure nothing bad happens. But worry is not the same as wisdom. Replaying is not the same as healing. Checking is not the same as peace. Control is not the same as safety. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is remove your attention from what keeps lowering your energy and place it gently on what helps you rise. This does not mean you never think about the problem. It means you stop worshiping the problem. You stop giving it your whole inner world. You stop building your identity around it. You stop using it as proof that life is against you. If something needs action, take action. If something needs a conversation, have the conversation when you are calm enough. If something needs care, give it care. If something needs a plan, make the plan. But after you do your part, return to your energy, return to your peace, return to your breath, return to your worth. Return to the truth that the problem is not your whole life. One way to stop feeding the old energy is to stop telling the old story in the same way. Every time you tell the story with the same fear, the same anger, the same shame, the same hopelessness, the body feels it again. The mind believes it again. The energy falls back into the old room. So begin to tell the truth in a new way. Instead of saying, "Nothing ever works for me," say, "I have been through hard seasons and I am learning a new way." Instead of saying, "I am always rejected," say, "I am learning to choose what feels safe, kind, and mutual." Instead of saying, "Money is always hard," say, "I am becoming wiser, calmer, and more open to support." Instead of saying, "I cannot change," say, "I can change one thought, one choice, and one step today." The story you tell becomes the energy you carry. So let the story become softer. Let it become more open. Let it leave room for life to surprise you. If you tell yourself, "This is the end," the body closes. If you tell yourself, "This may be a turning point," the body opens a little. If you say, "I am stuck," the mind stops looking. If you say, "There may be another way," the mind becomes curious. If you say, "I am not enough," your energy lowers. If you say, "I am learning to honor my worth," something inside you stands up a little straighter. You must stop feeding lack if you want abundance to feel safe. Lack is not only about money. Lack can be a way of seeing life. Lack says, "There is not enough love. There is not enough time. There is not enough support. There is not enough goodness for me. I must hurry. I must grab. I must fear. I must compare." Abundance says, "Life has many ways. I can breathe. I can receive. I can take one wise step. I can bless what is here while opening to more." Abundance is not only having more. It is no longer living as if life is always about to run out. You must stop feeding rejection if you want love to feel safe. Rejection energy keeps watching for signs that you are not chosen. It looks at silence and calls it abandonment. It looks at distance and calls it proof. It looks at the past and says, "This will happen again." But love cannot feel peaceful when the heart is always waiting to be heard. So begin feeding self-love instead. Say, "I choose myself in this moment." Say, "I do not need to chase love to be worthy of love." Say, "What is right for me will meet me with peace." These words begin to lift the heart out of old fear. You must stop feeding fear if you want peace to grow. Fear may tell you that if you stop watching every danger, you will be unprepared. But fear often makes the body tired before anything even happens. Peace does not mean you are careless. Peace means you meet life from a steady place. Peace says, "I will handle what comes, one step at a time." Peace says, "I do not have to suffer in advance." Peace says, "I can be here now." Every time you bring yourself back to this breath, you stop feeding the future with fear. You must stop feeding self-criticism if you want your energy to rise. The body cannot rise inside constant attack. The heart cannot open inside constant judgment. The mind cannot become calm when it is always being told it is failing. Many people think criticism will make them better, but criticism often makes the inner world feel unsafe. Love creates better change than shame. Kindness creates better strength than attack. Speak to yourself like someone you want to help, not someone you want to punish. Say, "I am learning." Say, "I can begin again." Say, "I do not have to be perfect to be loved." These sentences are not weak. They are healing. Stopping the feeding also means choosing what you let enter your mind. If the first thing you do in the morning lowers your spirit, notice that. If certain words, places, habits, or memories pull you into old fear, become aware. You do not need to become afraid of life. You only need to become protective of your energy. Protecting your energy does not mean you become cold. It means you become conscious. It means you choose not to keep drinking from what makes your soul feel heavy. It means you stop calling everything normal just because you are used to it. Your energy is precious. Your attention is precious. Your imagination is precious. Your words are precious. Do not give them all to what you are trying to outgrow. Give some of them to what you are becoming. Imagine your new life as a small garden inside you. It needs water. It needs light. It needs your care. Every time you choose a better thought, you water it. Every time you speak with trust, you water it. Every time you stop chasing what lowers you, you water it. Every time you bless yourself instead of blaming yourself, you water it. The garden grows quietly, but it grows. There may be days when the old fear feels strong. On those days, do not try to do everything. Just stop feeding one thing. Stop feeding one thought. Stop feeding one reaction. Stop feeding one old sentence. Maybe the old sentence is, "I am behind." Replace it with, "I am growing in divine timing." Maybe the old sentence is, "Nothing is coming." Replace it with, The right things are finding me in ways I cannot see yet. Maybe the old sentence is, I am not enough. Replace it with, I am worthy as I heal. You do not have to change the whole mind in one day. One sentence can begin the shift. When you stop feeding what you no longer want, you create space for what you do want. This is very important. The new does not always enter a crowded inner room. If the room is full of fear, old stories, resentment, shame, and worry, there may be no space for peace to sit down. So clearing energy is not only release, it is preparation. Every old thought you stop feeding makes more space for the right thought. Every old fear you stop repeating makes more space for trust. Every old wound you stop calling your identity makes more space for the healed version of you. Say, I withdraw my energy from what no longer serves me. Let that be your practice. Say it when the old story calls. Say it when you feel the pull to check, chase, worry, compare, or criticize. I withdraw my energy from what no longer serves me. Then ask, where can I place my energy now? Place it on your breath. Place it on one kind action. Place it on gratitude. Place it on a peaceful thought. Place it on your body with love. Place it on a small step. Place it on the truth that you are becoming new. Do not be surprised if the old pattern tests you. Sometimes, when you begin rising, the old energy becomes louder for a moment. It may try to pull your attention back. It may say, look, nothing has changed. It may say, be afraid again. It may say, tell the old story again. But you can answer with calm strength. I see you, old pattern. I know you are familiar. But I am no longer feeding you the same way. This is how power returns. Not by fighting the old pattern, but by refusing to keep giving it your life force. The right things find you more easily when you stop feeding the wrong energy. The right peace finds you when you stop feeding panic. The right love finds you when you stop feeding self-abandonment. The right abundance finds you when you stop feeding constant lack. The right guidance finds you when you stop feeding noise. The right timing finds you when you stop feeding impatience. The right version of you rises when you stop feeding the version that only knew how to survive. So today, choose one thing you will stop feeding. Not 10 things, one. Stop feeding one fear. Stop feeding one old sentence. Stop feeding one habit of checking. Stop feeding one memory that you keep using against yourself. Stop feeding one thought that makes your body close. Then choose one thing you will feed instead. Feed peace. Feed trust. Feed self-love. Feed gratitude. Feed a new choice. Feed the belief that something good can still find you. Your attention is powerful. Use it with love. Your words are powerful. Speak them with care. Your inner world is powerful. Make it safe for good to enter. you are not here to keep watering the old garden forever. You are here to grow something new. And as you stop feeding what lowers you, your energy begins to rise. As your energy rises, the right things begin to find the space you have created. They find the open door. They find the softened heart. They find the calmer mind. They find the version of you that is finally ready to receive without fear. As your energy rises, your choices begin to change. This is one of the most beautiful signs that your inner world is healing. You may still have the same life around you for a while, the same room, the same tasks, the same responsibilities, the same questions. But inside, something begins to choose differently. You do not react as quickly. You do not chase as strongly. You do not speak to yourself as harshly. You do not give your whole peace away so easily. This is how you know your energy is rising. Not because everything outside changes at once, but because the one living inside the situation is becoming new. Higher energy does not only attract better things, it helps you choose better things. This matters because sometimes people wait for life to bring something different while they keep choosing from the same old fear. But when your energy rises, your choices become more aligned with what you truly want. You begin to ask better questions. You begin to feel what is right for you. You begin to notice what lowers your spirit and what lifts it. You begin to value peace more than approval. You begin to value self-respect more than chasing. You begin to value calm action more than panic. And these new choices become the open doors. When your energy is low, you may choose from fear. You may choose the thing that gives fast comfort but long sadness. You may choose the message that lowers your worth. You may choose the habit that keeps you stuck. You may choose silence when your heart needs truth. You may choose overthinking instead of rest. You may choose control instead of trust. But when your energy rises, you begin to choose from a calmer place. You may still feel fear, but fear does not lead every step. You may still feel unsure, but you do not betray yourself just to feel safe for a moment. You may still have questions, but you do not use those questions as a reason to stay in old pain. Higher energy makes you more honest, not harsh honest, loving honest. You begin to admit what is no longer working. You begin to admit what drains you. You begin to admit what you keep repeating. You begin to admit where your body has been asking for care. You begin to admit where your heart has been asking for peace. This honesty is not here to shame you. It is here to free you. The moment you tell the truth with love, energy rises. Because truth clears the fog. Truth stops the inner fight. Truth says, I no longer need to pretend this old pattern is enough for me. A better choice may be very small. It may be not checking the thing that always makes you anxious. It may be drinking water before you judge your body. It may be taking one calm step toward a goal instead of spending the whole day worrying. It may be saying no without a long speech. It may be giving yourself rest without guilt. It may be choosing one peaceful thought before sleep. It may be not replying from panic. It may be taking a breath before making a decision. These choices may seem small, but they change the energy because they prove to the subconscious mind, we are living differently now. The old energy wants dramatic proof. It wants everything to change before it feels safe. But higher energy understands that life changes through small aligned choices repeated with love. One choice becomes a new signal. The body notices, the mind notices, the soul notices. We are not doing the old thing this time. That one moment creates a little space. And in that space, peace can enter. Wisdom can enter. The right things can come closer. A new path can begin. Higher energy helps you choose what matches your worth. When you feel low, you may accept crumbs because you are afraid nothing better will come. You may stay in confusion because you think confusion is all you deserve. You may overgive because you hope it will make you feel chosen. But when your energy rises, you begin to feel your worth from within. You begin to say, I do not need to shrink to receive love. You begin to say, I do not need to suffer to prove I care. You begin to say, I do not need to chase what is not peaceful. And once you choose from worth, your whole life begins to shift. Better choices attract better feelings. Better feelings attract better thoughts. Better thoughts attract better actions. Better actions attract better patterns. This is how energy becomes a new life. It is not one magic moment. It is a loving chain. One calmer choice leads to one lighter feeling. One lighter feeling makes the next thought softer. One softer thought makes the next action wiser. One wiser action gives the body proof that something is changing. And little by little, the old pattern loses its power. When your energy rises, you begin to choose peace, even when fear asks for panic. You begin to choose trust, even when the mind wants to control. You begin to choose rest, even when guilt says you must keep pushing. You begin to choose self-love, even when old shame says you are not enough. You begin to choose silence when the old pattern wants you to explain yourself to people who are not listening. You begin to choose action when fear wants you to hide. Higher energy does not make you passive. It makes you clearer. It helps you know when to wait, when to move, when to speak, when to rest, when to release, and when to receive. A rising energy also changes what you are willing to entertain in your mind. You may no longer want to repeat the same fear every morning. You may no longer want to imagine the worst before anything has happened. You may no longer want to speak lack over your future. You may no longer want to rehearse old pain before bed. This is a beautiful sign. It means your spirit is beginning to protect its peace. It means you are no longer fully available to thoughts that lower your life. You are becoming more careful about what you let grow inside you. Higher energy does not make you better than anyone. It simply makes you more aligned with the truth of your soul. It makes you more loving, not more proud, more peaceful, not more cold, more open, not more desperate, more honest, not more harsh, more connected, not more afraid. A rising energy does not need to judge others. It simply chooses differently. It says, this thought is not for me anymore. This pattern is not for me anymore. This way of speaking to myself is not for me anymore. This kind of fear is not leading me anymore. These choices are quiet, but they are powerful. The right things often find you after you make one better choice. Not because that one choice controls everything, but because one better choice changes your direction. A better choice says to life, I am ready for a new path. It tells the universe, I am no longer only available for what hurts me. It tells your body, we can be safe in a new way. It tells your mind, there is more than the old story. It tells your future, I am coming toward you. This is why you should never underestimate a small step taken from higher energy. If you want love, choose love inside your own energy first. Speak to yourself with love. Stop leaving yourself to be chosen by someone else. Stop calling confusion passion. Stop calling anxiety connection. Stop calling self-abandonment devotion. Choose love that begins with peace inside you. If you want abundance, choose abundance in your energy first. Stop saying there is never enough. Stop treating every money thought like danger. Begin with one wise step, one thankful thought, one open belief. If you want peace, choose peace inside small moments. Stop making every delay a disaster. Stop making every feeling an emergency. Breathe and return. The right things find the choices that prepare the way for them. If you want a calmer life, every calm response prepares the way. If you want a loving life, every self-loving choice prepares the way. If you want a more abundant life, every wise and open action prepares the way. If you want a healed life, every kind thought toward your body and heart prepares the way. The universe can guide you, but your choices become your agreement with that guidance. Your choice says, yes, I am ready to live differently. This is why energy and action belong together. It is not enough to think beautifully and keep choosing the old thing. It is not enough to say, I am rising, while feeding what lowers you. It is not enough to ask for peace and keep saying yes to what destroys it. Higher energy wants expression. It wants to become a choice. It wants to become a new rhythm. It wants to become the way you answer life. So ask yourself, what choice today would match the energy I want to live in? That question is simple, but it can guide the whole day. If the energy you want is peace, then choose one peaceful response. If the energy you want is self-love, choose one act of care. If the energy you want is abundance, choose one wise step instead of one fear sentence. If the energy you want is trust, choose one moment where you stop checking and breathe. If the energy you want is healing, choose one kind word toward your body. If the energy you want is freedom, choose one release of an old pattern. Let the choice be small enough to do today. The soul does not need a giant promise. It needs one honest step. Higher energy also teaches you to pause. The pause is powerful because the old pattern often lives in fast reactions. You feel fear and send the message. You feel doubt and cancel the dream. You feel tired and criticize the body. You feel lonely and reach for what lowers you. But if you pause, even for one breath, the old pattern loses its automatic power. In the pause, you can ask, is this fear or wisdom? Is this old energy or new energy? Will this choice lower me or lift me? That pause may be the moment your future changes direction. Do not shame yourself for the choices you made from low energy. You did what you knew. You did what felt safe at the time. You did what helped you survive a certain season. But now you are learning something new. Now you can say, I understand why I chose that, and I am ready to choose differently. This is healing. You are not using your new awareness to attack your old self. You are using it to lead yourself forward with love. That is higher energy. As your energy rises, you may also need to choose who and what gets access to you. Not everyone needs your deepest thoughts. Not every fear needs your attention. Not every invitation needs your yes. Not every opinion needs a place in your heart. Higher energy creates gentle boundaries. Boundaries are not walls of hate. They are doors with wisdom. They say, this is what I allow near my peace. They say, this is what honors my healing. They say, this is what supports the life I am becoming available for. Boundaries help the right things find you because they stop the wrong energy from taking all the space. The more you choose from higher energy, the more you trust yourself. This is a beautiful gift. Self-trust grows when you keep small promises to your own heart. When you say, I will not speak to myself with cruelty today, and you return to kindness, trust grows. When you say, I will take one step, and you take it, trust grows. When you say, I will rest before I break, and you rest, trust grows. When you say, I will not chase what lowers me, and you pause, trust grows. Self-trust raises energy because you begin to feel safe with yourself. And when you feel safe with yourself, life feels less frightening. You know that no matter what comes, you will not abandon yourself. If a delay happens, you will breathe. If a door closes, you will listen. If fear rises, you will hold yourself. If a choice is needed, you will ask for wisdom. This does not mean life becomes perfect. It means you become a safer place for yourself inside life. And that safety changes everything. Say, as my energy rises, my choices become wiser. Let this be your reminder. You do not have to know the whole road. You only need to choose the next step from the highest place you can reach today. Maybe your highest place today is not joy. Maybe it is calm. Maybe it is honesty. Maybe it is rest. Maybe it is one kind thought. That is enough. Choose from there. Let that choice lift you. Let that lifted energy guide the next choice. This is how you rise. The right things find you when your choices begin to match your worth. They find you when your yes becomes honest. They find you when your no becomes loving. They find you when your actions stop coming from fear. They find you when your daily habits begin to support your peace. They find you when you stop making choices from the old wound and begin making choices from the new self. And the more you choose as the new self, the more real the new self becomes. You are not waiting for a new life to make you new. You are becoming new, and life begins to meet you there. Every calm choice is a doorway. Every loving boundary is a doorway. Every kinder thought is a doorway. Every moment of trust is a doorway. Every small action from peace is a doorway. Walk through one today. The right things are not only finding you someday, they are finding the energy you are choosing now. Now let this teaching become simple. Let it become something you can live today. Not a hard routine, not a heavy rule, not another thing to do perfectly. Just a gentle energy rising ritual that helps your mind, body, and heart return to a higher place. Because the energy does not rise only by understanding. It rises through practice. It rises when you return to love again and again. It rises when you give your inner world a new rhythm. It rises when you choose one thought, one breath, one action, and one release. Begin in the morning, before the world becomes loud, before the phone, before the worries, before the old story collects itself. Give your mind one clear sentence. Say, when my energy rises, the right things find me. Say it slowly. Do not rush. Let the words enter your body. Say it again if you need to. When my energy rises, the right things find me. This is not a demand. This is a direction. You are telling your mind where to look today. You are telling your body that it does not have to begin with fear. You are telling your heart that something good is still possible. Then take one breath and soften the body. Let the shoulders drop. Let the jaw relax. Let the hands open. You do not need to close your eyes if you cannot. You do not need to make the moment perfect. Just give yourself one breath that says, I am here. The breath is simple, but it is powerful. It brings you back from tomorrow. It brings you back from yesterday. It brings you back from the old story. It reminds the body that this moment is not the whole future. This moment is simply a place to begin again. After the breath, choose one energy for the day. Not 10. 1. Maybe today the energy is peace. Maybe it is trust. Maybe it is courage. Maybe it is softness. Maybe it is worth. Maybe it is gratitude. Maybe it is patience. Choose one word and let it become your quiet guide. Say, today I choose the energy of peace. Or, today I choose the energy of trust. Or, today I choose the energy of self-love. Keep it simple. The mind needs clear direction. The body needs a soft signal. The heart needs a gentle place to return. Then choose one thought that matches that energy. If your energy is peace, your thought may be, I do not have to solve everything at once. If your energy is trust, your thought may be, life is arranging what I cannot see. If your energy is worth, your thought may be, I do not need to chase what lowers me. If your energy is abundance, your thought may be, support can come in simple and unexpected ways. If your energy is healing, your thought may be, my body is safe to receive love. This one thought becomes a small light inside the day. Now choose one action that matches the energy. This is very important. The energy becomes stronger when you live it in a small way. If you choose peace, maybe the action is to pause before answering. If you choose trust, maybe the action is to stop checking one thing that keeps you anxious. If you choose worth, maybe the action is to say no gently where you normally betray yourself. If you choose abundance, maybe the action is to organize one small thing with money instead of fearing it. If you choose healing, maybe the action is to drink water, rest, walk, or speak kindly to the body. Let the action be small enough that you can actually do it. This morning practice does not need to take long. A sentence, a breath, a word, a thought, an action. That is enough. The power is not in making it complicated. The power is in returning. Morning after morning, you are teaching the subconscious mind a new rhythm. You are saying, we do not begin with fear anymore. We begin with love. We begin with choice. We begin with the energy we want to carry. And little by little, the body begins to understand. During the day, fear may appear. That is normal. The old energy may still visit. A message may trigger you. A delay may upset you. A thought may pull you down. A memory may return. A worry may become loud. When this happens, do not say, I have failed. This moment is not failure. It is practice. Pause and say, I notice this energy and I choose to rise gently. Let that be enough? You are not forcing fear to disappear. You are not pretending you feel perfect. You are simply not giving fear the whole room. When fear appears, use the 3-step return. First, notice. Fear is here. Second, soften. Take one breath and relax one part of the body. Third, redirect. Choose one better thought. Notice, soften, redirect. This is simple enough to remember when life feels heavy. Fear is here. I soften my shoulders. I choose peace now. Fear is here. I relax my hands. I trust one step at a time. Fear is here. I breathe into my body. Something new is forming for me. This practice trains the mind not to fall fully into the old pattern. You can also ask one energy rising question during the day. Ask, what would the higher version of me choose right now? This question is a bridge. It brings you out of the old reaction and into the new self. The higher version of you may not choose panic. The higher version of you may not send the message from fear. The higher version of you may not speak against your body. The higher version of you may not repeat the old story. The higher version of you may choose rest, truth, calm, patience, action, or release. You do not need the whole answer. You only need the next aligned choice. If the day becomes busy, make the practice even smaller. Say, I rise gently. That may be enough. Say, I return to peace. That may be enough. Say, the right things are finding me. That may be enough. A short sentence can become an anchor. You can carry it in the car, in the kitchen, at work, while walking, while waiting, while breathing through a hard moment. The sentence brings you back to yourself. It reminds you that you do not have to live the whole day from low energy. When something good happens, even something small, notice it. This is part of the practice. Many people ask for signs, but do not notice the quiet ones. A calm moment is a sign. A helpful idea is a sign. A kind word is a sign. A small chance is a sign. A feeling of relief is a sign. A closed door that gives you peace is a sign. A moment where you do not react the old way is a sign. Notice these things and say, the right things are finding me in simple ways. This helps the mind collect new evidence. It teaches the mind that life is not only a place of fear, it is also a place of support. Gratitude is another part of the ritual. Not forced gratitude. Gentle gratitude. At some point in the day, name 3 small things that are supporting you. Maybe the breath, maybe the body, maybe a cup of tea, maybe a message, maybe a moment of quiet. Maybe the fact that you are still trying. Maybe the strength that brought you this far. Gratitude raises energy because it shifts the mind from what is missing to what is present. It does not deny the missing thing. It simply says, good is also here. If your energy falls during the day, return without shame. This is very important. Shame keeps energy low. Love helps it rise. So if you worry again, return. If you chase again, return. If you speak harshly to yourself, return. If you forget the practice, return. The return is the healing, not perfection. Return, return, return. Every return tells the subconscious mind we are not trapped in the old way. We can come back to love. This is how the new path becomes stronger. Before sleep, release the energy of the day. Do not carry every worry into the night. The final moments before sleep are tender. The subconscious is listening, so give it something soft. Place a hand on your heart if it feels natural and say, I release the old energy of this day. I keep the lesson. I let go of the weight. Breathe slowly. Say, I forgive myself for what I did not do perfectly. I bless myself for what I did with love. I allow my energy to rest and rise again. These words help the body loosen its grip. Then give the mind one gentle night sentence. As I sleep, my energy returns to peace. Or, the right things are finding me in divine timing. Or, I am safe to rest. I am safe to receive. Choose one. Do not make it complicated. Let it be like a small flower beside your bed. Let it fragrance the mind. Let it guide the subconscious toward peace. You do not need to solve your whole life before sleeping. Sleep is not the time to fight the future. Sleep is the time to trust, release, and let the body restore. You can also ask one soft question before sleep. How is life supporting me in beautiful ways? Do not try to answer it. Let the question rest in the mind. A loving question gives the subconscious a new direction. It tells the mind to look for support, not only danger. It tells the heart that good may be closer than fear believes. It tells the body that the night does not need to be filled with worry. Ask softly, then release it. Let life answer in its own way. This simple ritual can be repeated every day. Morning, choose the energy. During the day, return when fear appears. Evening, release the old energy. Before sleep, plant one gentle thought. That is all. You are not trying to become perfect. You are building a new relationship with your energy. You are teaching yourself that you can rise without pressure. You can shift without shame. You can receive without fear. You can begin again at any hour. Let the practice be loving. If one day you only remember one breath, that is enough. If one day you only say one kind sentence, that is enough. If one day all you can do is stop one harsh thought, that is enough. Do not make healing another burden. The energy rises more easily when the practice feels safe. The heart opens more easily when it is not being pushed. The body softens more easily when it is not being judged. Keep it simple. Keep it warm. Keep it steady. Say in the morning, when my energy rises, the right things find me. Say during the day, I notice fear and I choose to rise gently. Say in the evening, I release what is heavy and keep what is wise. Say before sleep, I am safe to rest. I am safe to receive. These 4 sentences can become a path. They can carry you from fear into trust, from heaviness into lightness, from old patterns into new choices. As you practice, you may notice small changes. You may feel calmer before reacting. You may stop feeding one old worry. You may choose rest sooner. You may speak to yourself with more kindness. You may feel guided toward one small step. You may notice support in places you used to ignore. These are not small signs. They are signs that your energy is rising. They are signs that the right things are beginning to find the new atmosphere inside you. The right things are finding your new energy. They may not always come in the way you planned. They may not always arrive on the day your mind demanded. They may not always look like what you expected. But as your energy rises, life begins to meet you differently. You begin to see differently. You begin to choose differently. You begin to receive differently. And the things that are right for your soul begin to feel closer, not because you are chasing them, but because you are becoming open to them. You do not need to force life to prove that good is coming. You do not need to watch the old reality all day. You do not need to keep asking fear for advice. You do not need to beg what is meant for peace to arrive through panic. You can rise gently. You can return to love. You can take care of what needs care without making it your whole identity. You can stop feeding what lowers you. You can choose one thought, one breath, one action, and one release. This is how your energy becomes lighter. This is how your heart becomes more open. This is how the right things find their way to you. When your energy rises, the wrong things may begin to fall away. Do not be afraid of this. Sometimes rising energy first looks like release. The old habit no longer feels good. The old story no longer sounds true. The old pattern no longer feels like home. The old fear may still speak, but you no longer believe it the same way. This is a blessing. It means you are no longer fully available to what lowers your spirit. It means life is making room. It means your own soul is preparing space for something more aligned. The right things are not always only people, money, chances, or outer blessings. The right things are also peace, clarity, rest, strength, courage, self-love, patience, and trust. Sometimes the first right thing that finds you is your own calm. Sometimes the first blessing is the moment you stop chasing. Sometimes the first open door is the choice to speak kindly to yourself. Sometimes the first miracle is the breath that helps you not react the old way. Do not overlook these inner blessings. They are the roots of the outer blessings. Your new energy is not built from perfection. It is built from return. Every time you return to peace, energy rises. Every time you return to worth, energy rises. Every time you return to trust, energy rises. Every time you return to the body with kindness, energy rises. Every time you return from fear and say, I choose again, energy rises. This is the path. Not one perfect day, not one perfect thought, not one perfect practice. A steady return to the truth that you are loved, guided, supported, and allowed to receive. Let your heart hear this clearly. What is right for you does not need you to destroy yourself to receive it. What is right for you does not need you to live in constant fear. What is right for you does not need you to beg, chase, shrink, or abandon yourself. What is right for you can meet you in peace. What is right for you can arrive through a door you did not expect. What is right for you can come when your energy is soft enough to notice and strong enough to receive. So if something has not arrived yet, do not call yourself forgotten. Say, I am becoming ready. If something has left, do not call it the end of your good. Say, space is being made. If something feels delayed, do not call it rejection. Say, timing is still moving. If the old fear returns, do not call it failure. Say, an old energy is asking for love, and I can rise again. These words change the atmosphere. They give your mind a new road. They give your body a safer message. They give your heart permission to stay open. You are allowed to rise slowly. You are allowed to rise softly. You are allowed to rise after fear. You are allowed to rise after mistakes. You are allowed to rise after disappointment. You are allowed to rise after a season where you felt very low. Your energy is not fixed forever. It can lift. It can heal. It can become lighter. It can become clearer. It can become more open to the right things. Every loving thought is a beginning. Every kind choice is a beginning. Every peaceful breath is a beginning. The right things find the version of you who is no longer fighting their arrival. The version who is willing to receive good without guilt. The version who is willing to let love be gentle. The version who is willing to let abundance feel safe. The version who is willing to let peace become normal. The version who is willing to stop making struggle the proof of worth. This version is growing inside you now. Feed this version. Speak to this version. Choose as this version. Rest as this version. Rise as this version. Say now, When my energy rises, the right things find me. Let it be simple, let it be steady. Say, I am no longer chasing what is not aligned. Let the hands open. Say, I allow love, peace, support, and good timing to meet me now. Let the heart soften. Say, something beautiful is finding the version of me who is ready to receive. Let the body hear that good does not need to come through fear. It can come through peace. It can come through trust. It can come through the quiet strength of a soul that is no longer living as the old wound. Do not spend today proving your worth. Live from it. Do not spend today begging for signs. Become quiet enough to notice them. Do not spend today feeding fear. Feed the new energy. Feed the thought that life is helping you. Feed the belief that the right things can come closer. Feed the calm choice. Feed the loving word. Feed the breath that brings you back. Feed the part of you that is becoming ready. The universe does not need your panic to bless you. Life does not need your fear to arrange what is right. Your future does not need you to stare at the old reality all day. Do your part with love. Take the step that is yours. Speak the word that is kind. Release the story that is heavy. Open the space that is ready. Then let life do what life can do. Let timing move. Let the right doors form. Let the unseen work happen. Let your energy rise and let the right things find you there. Let your energy become a home for the right things. A home for peace. A home for love. A home for support. A home for abundance that feels safe. A home for guidance that feels clear. A home for blessings that do not require you to lose yourself. This is the deeper meaning of rising energy. It is not about pretending. It is not about forcing joy. It is not about ignoring real life. It is about becoming a softer, clearer, more loving place inside yourself so that what is right can enter and stay with peace. You are not here to chase every door. You are here to become aligned with the doors that are meant for you. You are not here to beg life to love you. You are here to remember that life has always been trying to guide you back to love. You are not here to live from fear forever. You are here to rise gently and honestly, one thought at a time. You are not here to feed the old story until it becomes your whole future. You are here to choose again. The right things find you when you stop living as the old fear. The right things find you when you stop watering what lowers your spirit. The right things find you when your body feels safe enough to receive. The right things find you when your choices begin to match your worth. The right things find you when your heart is open, not desperate. The right things find you when your mind is calm enough to notice. The right things find you when your energy says, I am ready for what is peaceful, true, kind, and aligned. So let this be your gentle promise. I will not use this day to attack myself. I will not give all my energy to fear. I will not call the old pattern my destiny. I will not chase what keeps lowering me. I will rise gently. I will speak kindly. I will choose one thought that supports me. I will take one step that honors me. I will open to the right things in the right time. And if you forget, return. If you fall into fear, return. If the old story becomes loud, return. If your energy feels low, return with love. Do not punish yourself for being human. Do not shame yourself for needing time. Do not turn healing into another heavy task. The return is enough. The breath is enough. The willingness is enough. The next loving thought is enough. Your energy is rising, even if it rises slowly. Your heart is opening, even if it opens a little at a time. Your mind is learning, even if old thoughts still visit. Your body is softening, even if some fear remains. Your life is shifting, even if the outer world has not fully caught up yet. Trust the quiet work. Trust the small signs. Trust the new choices. Trust the version of you that is becoming more peaceful, more open, and more ready. When my energy rises, the right things find me. I am no longer chasing what is not aligned. I stop feeding the old fear and choose peace now. My body is safe to soften. My heart is safe to receive. My mind is safe to trust a new way. Love, peace, support, and good timing are allowed to meet me now. Something beautiful is finding the version of me who is ready to receive. Let these words stay with you. Let them walk with you into the day. Let them meet you in the quiet moments. Let them return when fear tries to speak. Let them remind you that you do not need to force what is meant for your peace. You only need to rise gently, return to love, and become available to the right things that are already finding their way to your new energy.